Good afternoon and welcome to Winnall Sports. I'm Rhys Huggett and today we've got lots of sports action from around the county. Eastleigh returned to the FA Cup against fellow National League side Boreham Wood. I went along to see a cracker of a game. After successfully defeating Dover Athletic in the fourth qualifying round, local side Eastleigh faced Boreham Wood in the first round proper of the FA Cup. The Spitfires opened the scoring from a free kick that was poorly cleared and was fired home by number 4 Nigel Attengana. However, less than a minute later, Boreham Wood midfielder and rapper Matt Robinson brought the team's level with a lovely first-time shot on the edge of the box. Some poor defending from Boreham Wood allowed Eastleigh to get off a cross. A deflection from Billy Sass Davies sets up ex-Scotland international Chris Maguire to volley it home. Another free kick is superbly whipped in by Maguire. Ludwig Franchiletti taps it in to make it 3-1 5 minutes before half-time. 10 minutes after the break, an Eastleigh corner is sent back to Maguire, who finds Bailey Clements. He curls in a cross to meet the head of Franchiletti, who powers it past the keeper. Eastleigh's final goal is all about Chris Maguire, who sits down one defender, evades another and finally slots it past the keeper to well and truly finish off the game. Eastleigh prevail in a comfortable win over Boreham Wood in the FA Cup, and now all eyes will be set on Sunday afternoon's second round draw. I'm Rhys Huggett for Winchester News Online. And now let's see how the rest of our local sides got on in the cup this weekend with Elliot McVie.
Eastleigh weren't the only Hampshire side to provide a goal fest on Saturday. Their league rivals Aldershot put a magnificent 7 past Swindon Town at the county ground, and despite a leaky second half defensively, they still came away with a 7-4 victory. Reading booked their place in the next round, surviving a late scare to win against MK Dons. They were comfortably 3-1 ahead, but a late Dons goal made for a very tasty end to the contest. Elsewhere, there was disappointment for Portsmouth and Woking, who both suffered shock defeats to lower league opposition. Pompey lost out by a goal to 0 against Chesterfield, whilst Woking were beaten 2-1 away at 8th tier side Ramsgate. Sunday's second round draw threw up a huge clash between two of our local sides. Eastleigh will host Reading at the Silver Lake Stadium in what is arguably one of the standout ties of the round. A win for Eastleigh would equal their best ever run in the FA Cup, but it certainly won't be easy against the Royals, who reached the semi-finals as recently as 2015. Elsewhere, Aldershot Town face a clash against higher league opposition again, this time hosting a League 2 tabletoppers, Stockport County. The ties will be played over the weekend of the 2nd and 3rd of December. Back to you.
It was 3rd versus 4th as Winchester battled Tortonians in a close rugby match, as they both looked to compete at the top of the Regional 2 South Central League. Our sport correspondent Izzy Paul tackled the stormy weather at the rugby ground to see if they could try for a win.
On the last weekend of October in Winchester, the Winchester Rugby Club's first team played Tortonian in the stormy game at home. The game started with the rival team scoring 2 clean tries. Winchester retaliated with 2 tries from the number 10 Alex Horger, but number 15 Tom Banks failed to rally up the points with 2 missed conversion kicks. The other team managed to score 2 more tries in the second half, but only successfully scoring 1 conversion kick, making it 30-10. Winchester in the second half became more aggressive with the majority of the possession, as the other team began to crumble under pressure, giving Winchester a penalty for a high tackle by their number 8. Number 14 Kyle Dreyer scores the last 2 tries of the game, with both kicks done by Tom Banks being clear as day. Final score was 29-30 to Tortonian. Close game for Winchester, but just came short in the last few minutes. Despite the miserable weather and the outcome of the game, Winchester's first team remains hopeful and optimistic for the rest of the season.
The football first team kicked off their season at the weekend against Plymouth-based side Marjons. They had some heated encounters last season, however given their history, this match was surprisingly tame. Morgan Mitchner-Banks has more.
It was a very poor start from the Winchester Firsts after some defensive errors left them 4-0 down early on. And despite grabbing a goal back, they couldn't stop Marjons' attack, leaving themselves 6-1 down before the first half had even finished. The Bucks were able to pull a few back before the break however, but they still left themselves with a lot of work to do in the second half. And not long after the restart, Winchester had got themselves back into it, returning to level terms for the first time since the kickoff. After a flurry of goals from both sides, it was 8-8 coming into the final seconds of the game, with most of the supporters assuming it would end in a stalemate. But all of a sudden, Marjons conceded their 6th foul of the game, meaning Winchester were awarded a 10-metre penalty for a chance to win the game. And it was man of the match Dan Atkinson who coolly slotted the ball through the keeper's legs to put the futsal first ahead for the first time in the game, giving the Bucks first an outstanding start to their campaign. And first team captain Harry Scanlan couldn't be happier with the result.
Yeah, buzzing. Wow. I think from a game point of view, it was all us. We worked the ball nicely, created lots of opportunities, we just weren't clinical. Just a spell in the 5-minute spell, we just conceded a few goals and then it really set us back, but buzzing. Good win, good 3 points, so yeah, it's all right. It's just it's a framework now, so it's a baseline for us to think, look at this performance, we can then bring this to the teams next going on, and then obviously it's lovely to beat Marjon, so you can't really complain.
Morgan Mitchner-Banks, Winchester News Online.
The AGC played the Air Corps in their second match of the season, attempting to keep up their good form. Guy Nicklinson reports.
AGC versus the Air Corps was a match all about near misses, with an early save made by the Air Corps goalkeeper. The Air Corps came close themselves when this looped header struck the top of the crossbar. AGC did find the back of the net following a saved shot from distance, but the offside flag denied them. A mistake at the back meant AGC's goalkeeper was required to make a big save. The Air Corps were in again, but struck the top of the woodwork for the second time. A direct run saw AGC's big centre-back through on goal, but he could only fire straight at the goalkeeper. Tackles were flying in from both sides, and this lunge saw the first card of the match. A big miss came midway through the second half when this header was somehow put over by the Air Corps. A swing, a miss and a handball when AGC fashioned this chance in the box. Some desperate defending didn't result in a penalty, much to AGC's anger with the referee. AGC's best chance of the match wasn't taken as the ball agonisingly struck the post. A bouncing ball from a late corner resulted in a debatable penalty being given in the Air Corps' favour. Some of the dark arts were used on the penalty spot, which went unnoticed. And the last kick of the match also had no conviction in it, hitting the woodwork again, so despite all the chances, it ended goalless. A competitive and physical game here, and even though the woodwork was hit many times, neither side was able to break the deadlock. Guy Nicklinson, Winchester News Online.
That's all we have time for this week. Thank you for watching. See you next time.